One day those names we've read since we were young won't only be stories on somebody's tongue. The graves give them back, and we'll finally see the faces behind all that history. I got 1,000 questions I've been saving inside about courage and fear and those impossible nights. Brother, imagine sitting underneath the tree, asking David, tell me what Goliath looked like to thee. David, were your hands shaking walking down that hill? Did your heart beat faster, or were you perfectly still? Saul gave you armor, but it didn't fit right, so you laid it all down and walked into that fight. 5 smooth stones, but it only took one. Did you know when you threw it that the battle was done? And when you picked up that giant Philistine sword, how heavy was that thing when you lifted it, boy? Did the whole valley thunder when that giant hit ground? Tell it again, David. We want to hear every sound. When the stories start talking, we're gonna listen all night to the men and the women who walk by faith, not sight. We've read the ink in the parchment, but someday, face to face, we'll hear how Jehovah held them when they stood in that place. I've got 1,000,000 questions for the faithful we will meet when the stories start talking and history takes a seat. Joseph, when you ran from Potiphar's wife, did you know that one decision might completely change your life? You left that garment hanging in somebody else's hand. How far did you keep running before you finally stopped, man? When they threw you into prison for a thing you never did, how'd you keep bitterness from growing where your faith was hidden? When your brother stood before you, frightened and ashamed, what was going through your heart before you finally spoke your name? Daniel, I gotta ask you about that lion's den. When they dropped you down among those hungry beasts of men, did they pace around you slowly? Did they lie beside your feet? When the angels shut their mouths, did those big old lions get sweet? Did you reach your hand out? Could you touch that massive mane? Did one lay beside you like some oversized house captain? Did they growl? Did they snore? Did one try to climb your lap? I know scripture doesn't say it, Daniel, so someday fill that gap. And Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, tell us true. What does 7 times hotter fire look like coming after you? When the mighty men that threw you in were killed outside the flame, then you stood there walking freely, untouched inside the blaze. When Nebuchadnezzar looked and suddenly counted 4, tell us what you saw in there that scripture doesn't record. Not a hair upon you burned, not even smoke upon your clothes. What was it like when Jehovah said, in effect, you're not alone? When the stories start talking, we're gonna listen all night. Esther, were you trembling when you crossed that palace floor? You knew approaching uninvited could mean you'd breathe no more. When the king stretched out the scepter, did your knees almost give? When you finally named Haman, did you think my people live? What did Mordecai look like when the tables finally turned? What did faith feel like inside you while that wicked scheme was burned? Noah, what did thunder sound like when the first hard raindrop fell? Moses, what went through your mind when that sea rose like a wall? Sarah, what was Abraham like when nobody else could see? Job, how did you keep talking to God through all your misery? Ruth, tell us about Naomi and that long road you chose. We know the written record, but there's so much nobody knows. So save me a porch chair and that peaceful world to come, 'cause I'm gonna sit and listen to the setting of the sun. Not legends, not statues, statues, not characters from a page, but fathers, mothers, servants who actually lived those days. And maybe they'll ask us, what was your world like too? When everything got harder, what did faith make you do? Then maybe we'll discover through the stories that we trade, every generation had a choice that had to be made. Fear never meant they didn't shake. Faith meant they still stood tall, because courage isn't never fearing, it's trusting God through all. When the stories start talking, we're gonna listen all night to the men and the women who walk by faith, not sight. From the valley to the lights, from the furnace to the sea, we'll finally hear the details of the faith that set them free. And I've got a million questions, save a place right next to me. When the stories start talking, what a day that's gonna be.